Hey everybody, it's Scotty from Scotty's Record Shop with video number 2 of February 2013 Vinyl Finds. Now I'm going to start plowing through the dollar records that I found upstairs at the Record Connection this week. It's a real interesting pile. Everything from prog rock to country rock to disco to 80s rock, 80s pop. It's just a real interesting batch, and a lot of this stuff, some of it I didn't have, some of it's upgrade copies, for $1. Why not? So let's plow through some of these, shall we? First couple of records, my friend Roger was like one of these. He kept throwing stuff in my pile and going, "Oh, come on, you'd like this," because it's just, he knows me. First two were Tommy James, not Tommy James and the Shondells, just solo Tommy James albums from the early 70s. And big fan of 70s pop music. The great thing about some of this stuff is, though, you wouldn't think of Tommy James as an album artist, but you just never know what you're going to find on some of these albums. There could be some really, really great stuff. So for $1, I'm willing to take that chance. And I've always liked Tommy James. I've got a few Tommy James and the Shondell albums as well. So this one is Christian of the World. And next one, in super duper shape on this one. Show it to you. There you go. Some 80s rock. This one it's $1, and I'm trying to finish my collection of this person. Not my favorite album by her, but Pat Benatar album. I'm only missing 2 now, I believe. Her live album and the heck was it? The one that she's in a straitjacket on the cover, I believe. The 4th album. The only 2 that I believe I'm missing now from her, that are on vinyl, that I'm aware of. Go back to the 70s for this one. I love this band, and every time I find something by them that I don't have, I snatch it. This was in great shape. The Atlanta Rhythm Section and Red Tape. Really love these guys. They're way underrated, for $1. This one, totally an upgrade copy. I bought this back in 1981 initially. Played it. The vinyl was in okay shape. The cover was really, had a lot of ring wear, and when you see the album, you'll understand why it's kind of really important, probably, to have just a beautiful, really cool cover. And I've got to take the little sticker off this that Bob put on, but the very first Asia album, and this one is in absolutely pristine condition. So I figured for $1 I was going to run on it, Another one that my friend Roger's like, "You're going to dig this," because he had the album, and he knows me. Cher. Great cover on this. And Half Breed. Original pressing in really good shape. One thing about Bob's records upstairs is the majority of them are really, really in pretty darn good shape, we still look at them before you buy them just to make sure, but they really are in pretty darn good shape. This was one I didn't have. I have his first album. I just figured the heck with it. I was going to throw it in the pile. I don't mind him. Christopher Cross, his second album. Still going to get the soundtrack to Arthur, because of that, Arthur's theme. This is some cool late 70s rock. They had one song that was kind of sort of a hit. Make sure it's on this one. Yep. A song called 5705. The band City Boy. This really, I haven't listened to it yet. I remember this record from when I was a kid. But from my memory, it really kind of rocked. It's on the Mercury label. Another one that's in really great shape, and I figured, well, I'm going to go for it. I'm finishing my Rod Stewart collection. Mostly what I have now is just some scattered 80s stuff. It's not my favorite era of his, but for $1, I'm going to take and try to, whenever I see him at the Record Connection, here's one of them. I actually picked up a couple of them. This one is Body Wishes from what, 81, I believe, ish, without looking at it. You know, it's 80s Rod Stewart. What can you say? I believe this is the first one, I think. Survivor. No, it's not the first one. Which one is this? Okay, yeah. The second. Survivor record. The only thing about this, I got to try to figure out how to get this off, is the guy that owned it before me put some Braille on here, man. And I do read Braille. And it's nice. It's kind of nostalgic for me, but at the same time, it's irritating as hell to have that on the label. But he needed it, or she needed it. But I'm working on my Survivor collection. I've got a few of them. Like my copy of Eye of the Tiger is just, the vinyl is just so. The cover's really spent because it was one of those, I had it when I was a kid and just. But anyway, so I'm working on my Survivor collection. There's another one for it. Let's do some disco. Yowza, 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 right? Hey, Donna Summers, working on her collection too, and patiently finding it one piece at a time. I'm not going to pay a heck of a lot for her stuff, but memories. This one is Love to Love You, baby, and this is some serious disco. Is there such a thing as serious disco? Anyway, some serious disco from Donna, the late great Donna Summers. This one wasn't in bad shape. Again, it's got a little marking on here, but I didn't have the album. I got a lot of his other stuff. Paul Simon's Greatest Hits. I figured, I don't have it until I find another copy. The vinyl, again, is in great shape, and if it wasn't for this stupid, looks like somebody peeled something off. I haven't really looked at. Maybe it's tape. I don't know. If I can get it off, then it'll be great, but if I can't, then it's still going in the collection. It's such a wonderful album. This one is an upgrade. Linda Ronstadt and Home Zone. Yeah, Hand Sewn. I'm sorry. Some early '70s Linda, not an original pressing. It's on a later '70s pressing on Capitol, the orange Capitol. Actually, let me pull it out. You guys know what I'm talking about. You all know what I'm talking about anyway, but. Yeah, it's on that. It's not an original. It's in great shape, though, as long as I don't kill the cover now. And it was one of the few Linda Ronstadt albums I didn't have. This next one wraps up my Three Dog Night collection as far as I'm concerned. In pretty darn good shape on this one as well. So, one of these really cool. Three Dog Night always had some really kind of cool cover art and stuff. I don't know if you can see this here, but how well you can see it. But it's an original pressing in pretty darn good shape. You know, good enough for me. And the last one in this video, one of the few early Poco albums. I have this one. This is in shape. I gotta. It's not split. It's come undone up here. It just needs some gluing. But the vinyl again is in good shape. It's an original pressing of the very first Poco album. Okay, so that's video number 2 of February Vinyl Finds, and I'm gonna be posting the next one in just a little bit. So until then, peace and love.